What's happening, guys? My name is Grizno, and welcome to another installment of my weekly Battlefield 4 weapon review series, Kit Up. This is episode number 16, and I can't tell you guys how awesome it is that the series has been going this long. I really, truly appreciate the support I get on this series, so yeah, just thank you so much for watching, guys. But I am a little late putting this episode up, and I do apologize for that. I've been a little busy with other work this week. I was asked to design a website for a small business in my city, so I've been working really hard on that. But I can't forget about all you lovely people out there either, so let's get right into this week's kit, and it comes to us from an awesome young gentleman known only by the name of Wallace. And he suggests the American Special Forces loadout, which consists of the M416, also known as the HK416 apparently. I did not know that, but right on. And on the M416, we're running the holographic sight, laser light combo, angled grip, and a heavy barrel. So Wallace is my little buddy, and we play together from time to time, so I asked him in-game to fill out the rest of the loadout, and then we both used it. So yeah, all these clips, except for like 2 or 3, I think, have you in them, so hope you enjoy that too, dude. Anyway, the rest of the loadout is the M9 as my secondary, as to keep with the American Special Forces aspect, I guess. And on that, we are running the Delta Red Dot sight, tactical light, and a suppressor. For my equipment, I decided to mix it up a little bit by taking the M320 HE grenade launcher along with me, and I grabbed the med kit as well. Knife is the improvised, and I'm rocking the M67 frag grenade while running the Grenader perk, so I have so many explosives. So many explosives. So that is what this week's setup looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and say right up front that this is probably one of the best setups you can run with as an assault player. I had to fast forward some of these clips, and I usually don't like to do that. I'd prefer just straight up normal speed clips, but because I went on a bunch of pretty long streaks with this setup, I felt I just had to include them in their entirety. Let me know if you don't like the fast forwards though, as I heard someone say once that they would just prefer a transition to later in the clip, but I think leaving the whole clip in just does it a little more justice. But if you guys don't like the fast forwards, please let me know. Anyway, let's pull up the stats on the M416 from simthic.com here. Maximum damage 25, minimum 18, with a magazine size of 30 rounds, plus 1 in the chamber for 31 total. Rate of fire is 750 rounds per minute, which is pretty nice, and its reload times are 2.4 seconds when empty and 1.85 seconds with a round still in the chamber. So excellent reload times on the M416 for sure. And looking at those stats paints a pretty clear picture of the M416 being one of the most balanced and versatile assault rifles available. The M416 is a great assault rifle for someone who is maybe new to the Battlefield franchise, or for anyone who is just looking for a weapon that is very easy to control. On its own, with no attachments, there isn't a lot of recoil, and most of what you do get is pretty easily managed. I'm glad they make this weapon easily attainable early on in the ranking system, because it's always been one of my favorites from other Battlefield games, and when you can get a superior weapon like this early on, it can really help you rank up quickly and do better in games. And that's the ultimate goal for most players usually, is to always improve and do better. And this weapon is a great choice for the beginner and grizzled BF veterans as well. But this particular attachment combination makes the M416 extremely deadly, but also a little trickier to use. So we have the holo sight, first of all, which has the 1x zoom, so not much zoom, but I believe it's enough to throw some people off. It's got a thicker metal frame too, so it can block some of your view area a little more than, say, the Coyote or Cobra sight. But I really like the holographic sight, and once you play a few games with it, you might find that you like having that 1x magnification a little more. I know I personally prefer this sight on certain weapons over the 0 magnification red dot sights. LMGs are excellent candidates for the holo sight since some of them do great damage at distance. On the M416, the holo definitely works well as far as I'm concerned. This weapon does pretty good damage at distance, and I made sure to include a couple long-range kills to demonstrate that in this video. But what really helps this weapon at long range is the heavy barrel and angled grip combination. The heavy barrel allows you to be extremely accurate at range with the M416, but you have to control your fire because it does add a lot of recoil up and to the right. So if you don't like recoil, this might not be the setup for you. But using the angled grip with the heavy barrel and tap firing, you can really do some serious work at longer distances. And believe it or not, I think the heavy barrel helps out in close quarters as well. The recoil, really only noticeable at medium to long range, so when guys get in close, you should have no reservations at all about just dumping that magazine into them. And here comes my weekly rant about how much I love hip firing. The hip fire on the M416 is also great, and if the guy is even a little bit far away, you can still take him down with the hip fire if the situation calls for it. But treat it like it is. It's a longer range engagement for a hip fire, so tap on that trigger instead of holding it down if you want to pull this off. But it definitely comes in handy if you want to just get a few shots off while moving to cover or something. And if anything, you'll suppress him a little bit, but you never know, you might land that headshot as well. The laser light combo is cool, but I have to say I rarely use the flashlight option. In fact, I'd rather have the option to turn the laser on and off over the flashlight or laser choice. It gives away your position sometimes, so for me, I'd rather just use a laser sight and be able to turn it on and off. But let's move on to the rest of the kit now. The M9 is an awesome pistol, and the suppressor actually came in handy one time in particular, and the clip is in here too, where I sneak up on a couple recons and take them out one at a time. Both of them didn't know I was behind them until it was too late. It was great. But yeah, I love the M9. I think it's a great option for a suppressed sidearm as well if you don't want to run your primary with a suppressor. It really works well and takes guys out pretty quickly if you can get the jump on them. The M320 grenade launcher is creeping its way into my heart actually. I always thought the defib medkit combo was so much better in so many ways as far as helping out your team and getting points. But running the M320 is actually a lot of fun, and I see myself using it much more often in the future. This setup right here was made for the Grenader perk, and all of this in tandem is made for Operation Locker or Metro. If you want a best setup for Operation Locker, this one might get my vote. It's great at range, it's great in close, and you also have the option to get some sweet double and triple kills with the noob tube here. You can't revive your teammates, but you can heal them, which is definitely helpful and definitely makes you a team player. And finally, one more perk about having the M320HE is that you can take out walls. Since DICE spent so much time making sure pretty much every wall and every building in the game can be destroyed, and less time on, shall we say, gameplay mechanics and stuff, you should take advantage of this by taking down any wall that enemies might be behind. It's a great way of netting some more kills, so I now understand why a lot of people choose the M320 over a defib. No more will I curse the assault players for not having defibs because I can see the dilemma now. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Kit Up. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Go try out this setup. It is absolutely an excellent kit. And thank you so much for the suggestion, Wallace. And to everyone else, don't forget to leave me your suggestion for what you want to see me use next week. And this last clip here is just me messing around a bit, and I got what I believe to be the world record for longest distance kill with the M32 grenade launcher. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, and if you'd like to leave it a little love, you can do so by clicking that like button down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.